Yo, what is up, my Nakama? So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to handstand on parallettes. Let's go. So first, you're going to need to buy some parallettes. Now I bought these off of Amazon for about $30. They're called the Tumble Track Parallettes. And as you may notice, they're not that high off the ground because when you first start practicing handstands on parallettes, you don't want to be too high off the ground in case you fall, and you don't want to fall from a large height and possibly injure yourself. So you want to get parallettes that are about this high to start practicing with. Now, before I get into my progressions about how I learned to handstand on parallettes, you want to recognize the differences between doing a handstand with your hands and doing it with your parallettes. So the most obvious difference is your hand placement. So rather than your hands being flat on the ground like this, your hands are going to be gripping the parallettes like this. So you're going to want to wrap your entire hand around the bar of the parallette. And then you want to keep in mind how you're going to balance. You want to recognize that you're going to be moving your wrist in two directions in order to balance. You're going to be moving your wrist like this or like this. Now, if you're falling forwards, you're going to move your wrist in this direction. And if you're falling backwards, you're going to move your wrist in this direction to compensate. So these two directions are how you're going to balance. So when you're actually gripping the parallette and you're trying to hold yourself in a handstand position, your wrist is going to be moving in these two directions to compensate. So back and forth. And you can even do some weighted exercise, like for example, you can hold a weight and you can do these two motions in order to strengthen that part of your wrist. Doing exercises like these for your wrist will actually benefit your wrist strength and mobility and enable you to hold handstands for longer. Now, once you have a general idea of the proper wrist motions you need in order to balance on parallettes, we can begin with the first progression. Now, to be honest, when I was first learning the handstand on parallettes, I only used two progressions, and these are the progressions that I'm going to show you today. So the first thing you want to learn is how to kick up against the wall. Now, you want to find the right amount of power you need to gracefully kick up against the wall. So you can either kick up with too little force and miss the wall, or you can kick up with a lot of force and your feet sort of bang against the wall and you lose your balance. You want to find a sort of happy medium where you gracefully hit the wall and continue your balance against the wall by holding your heels towards the wall and your hands are holding the parallettes. Now you definitely want to practice kicking up against the wall for a very long time, and you want to increase your endurance when you're upside down. Because, you know, the only way to get good at a handstand is to actually be in a handstand. So the easiest progression is having your feet against the wall. And, you know, if you're upside down for long periods of time, your body will start to develop that mind-muscle connection needed in order to hold a freestanding handstand. Once you've gotten comfortable kicking up against the wall and you can easily hold yourself up for about 30 seconds, then you're ready to move on to the next progression. So the next progression is to slowly bring your feet off the wall. And you want to do this 1 foot at a time. Now, you want to keep in mind your balance and your alignment and your wrist position as you're slowly bringing 1 foot off the wall and keeping 1 foot on the wall. And the thing that I used to do and what I would drill is I would alternate between feet. So I would slowly have 1 foot come off the wall while keeping the other on, and then I would alternate and bring the other foot off the wall while keeping the other on the wall. And basically doing this over and over again, it'll give you a sense of what it's like to balance in a freestanding handstand where your feet aren't against the wall. Now, once you've practiced this a lot and you've gotten comfortable alternating feet back and forth, you can start bringing both feet off the wall very slowly and see if you can hold yourself in that position. A good thing to do is that when you're in the transition of alternating feet, try and stop yourself and pause in that transition where both of your feet are off the wall and see if you can hold yourself in that position for as long as you can. And basically, you just want to drill this over and over again. It's a lot of consistency and a lot of dedication, and it certainly doesn't come overnight. You know, I've been training handstands for over 2 years now, and I'm still no master. But once you practice a lot on the wall, then you're ready to move off the wall. And, you know, there's definitely a certain fear the first time you do your handstand off the wall. You know, there's nothing there to support you. And I definitely recommend, if you're scared of falling, to have a friend that can sort of align your legs and keep you from falling over. And, you know, after that, it's just about repetition. doing it over and over again until it becomes natural and you're hand balancing. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and feel free to leave a comment below about what you would like to see next in terms of a calisthenics tip. And as always, date bayo.